I love that intro. You did your thing on that intro.
Well, thank you. Thank you. What up, everybody? We are going to be going over Joe Biden talking about the SCOTUS decision with Donald Trump and immunity, which I find awfully odd that the president feels the need to address the nation. Does this scream like it's anything of desperation around the election to you?
Yep. That's exactly what it screams to me, Casey. Let me tell you something else, bro. It's going to be comical. It's going to be comical. That's all I'm saying, dog. And the reason why I say that is you heard if he talks like how he did at the debate, oh, this shit's going to be hilarious.
No, he won't be. He won't be on his game. Like, I'll be honest. I don't think he'll be on top of his game because they haven't been able to give him 25 days rest to be able to prep for just a conversation.
Yeah.
But they have ways to get him hopped up to where he can actually go out and talk to the nation for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, they have their ways.
So I anticipate that we'll end up hearing from him being somewhat coherent. He'll probably be yelling and shaking his hands like he normally does.
He's gonna be all hopped up. Like we should play that clip from Talladega Nights. I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew, Chip.
Oh Jesus!
Oh God, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Oh, cool. So they're actually hosting it on White House on YouTube. One of the things that bothers me is why I wish we could bring back the thumbs down. That was so great early on into the presidency of Joe Biden that we could actually ratio him and have more thumbs down than thumbs up. And then all of a sudden YouTube's like, we can't do that. We can't have that. You can't hate on the video more than you like it.
Yeah,
it hurts people's feel goods.
I used to feel good about my ratio. I had way more likes than dislikes on all my stuff, man. I miss it. I miss my old Facebook. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I love my new Facebook. I love it to death because it's more of a core following, and they're all supportive. But man, I miss the old one because they used to cause some real good debates in the comment section. Like people used to just go. So that was cool.
All right, everybody, throw in the chat here. We got a good. People are jumping in, but throw out where you're watching from. Let's get break some algorithm, hit some likes. We only got 4 reactions on Facebook.
Help us out, you guys. Like this.
Tammy says, "What is the scoop on the hairy guy on TT? I assume TikTok, and he's all pro Biden. You want to take that?" He's talking. So Harry Sisson is who you're referring to, and Harry is actually just paid by the Biden campaign. It came out that Harry Sisson on. Do we have this comment here? What is the scoop on the Harry guy? Harry guy, all he is he's just a paid person to create content and pro Biden content, I guess is what I should say. And that's what he's been doing. Now
Hammond,
today,
Indiana in the house. Sorry, I got to shout that out. Hammond, Indiana in the house. Shout out to my hometown.
So when it comes to Harry, he even threatened a presidential candidate and former president today. Did you see that, Cash?
No, I didn't. You got to play that.
Goodness. Oh my!
Right back at you, Mike. I miss y'all, man. I got to give y'all a call.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up Harry Sisson's Twitter real quick and just show you. This is quite fun. This guy is a stupid individual. Harry, where is your threat?
I never heard of this dude before.
So, according to the Supreme Court, Biden could now send SEAL Team 6 to take out all of them. He could send in the military to take out, and he has immunity for official acts.
He's an idiot. I went on TikTok today, bro, and I'm gonna tell you something. People they think they're lawyers and shit. They interpret things the way that they want. That does not that's not at all close to what the immunity shit is regarding at all. You have to. he just can't. First off, let me just make this: the president cannot send the SEAL Team 6 in no fucking where. Congress is the only person, the only fucking part of government that can declare war. Understand that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there would be no reason for the president to have to send in National Guard or SEAL team. And number three, you can't send in the Navy SEALs into America. That's called martial law.
Yeah, well, the whole thing that's happening here is when it comes down to the president making that type of decision. Now, we can't trust the presidents to be making those decisions because when is the last time we have declared war? It's been 100 years almost at this point, 90 years.
No.
And so we
Iraq.
We did not declare war.
Really?
World War II was the last time we have declared war.
I thought Bush came on TV and was like, "We are at war with Iraq."
No, well, he could say whatever he wants, but that does not designate that we are at war. Congress, the last time Congress has designated we are going to war is World War II.
I didn't know that. You taught me
and
something.
So that is telling you how corrupt our government really is, that we'll just enter into wars just to benefit the evil people.
Real quick, can you man the fort real quick? I got to go take Nova outside. She's about to leave.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm giving
man
you
the fort. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Joe Biden's going to finish his speech while he's gone. So just so you guys know, we have it up. I have it up on the screen over here. I'm just waiting for it to come up. Watching. I see a whole bunch of comments on X. If you guys, one of the things that we learned in the last, I can't remember when we had Free on last, when Russo couldn't remember Free. Free was pointing out that people weren't going into the video on X to click on it and then having the live chat. They were just commenting below it. So if you're watching on X, click on the video to go in to watch the video, and then you'll have a live chat in there, and then we can pull up your comments like we can with Joseph's here. And then that way you can interact with everybody. That's something that is new, a little bit different with X than it is the other platforms. The reason why we love X right now is there's 165 people watching across Kash and Truth's page on X. It actually is not censoring us, unlike the other platforms, which is not really doing too well right now. Let's throw in the comments, guys. Let's buy some time as we're waiting for Joe Biden to come on here. What do you anticipate Joe Biden to be coming out and saying? What do you think he's going to be saying? I want to see in the comments here. Hey, Patrice. Let's see. Let's check out some of these comments. Bush never declared war in Iraq. That is correct. Mumbles in full effect. Yeah, well, I bet we probably will. Yeah, Jamie, you just got to come over to X. That's what you need to be doing. Just come over to X. It's better. It's a better place. So here's what I'm thinking. I am thinking he is going to come out, be yelling and screaming like passionately, being super passionate about it, and then say how America has fallen and mention democracy over and over and over. And so he's going to say democracy, but by the way, I'll remind everybody we are a constitutional republic. We are not a democracy. And so he's going to bring that up. The other thing he may end up bringing up is he may be calling upon Congress to stack the Supreme Court. He could be calling on them to try to make adjustments to that. I don't see that going anywhere. But we could end up seeing Joe Biden saying stupid crap like that. Well, yeah, he is talking, but what do you expect him to say? Like, outside of just the normal decision, what do you expect him to say? What are you thinking? And there you go. Exactly. It's a threat to our democracy. I'm so sick of our politicians continuously saying we are a democracy and this threat is to our democracy or X, Y, and Z, when we're not. We're a constitutional republic. A lot of people go back and be like, well, they're the same thing. No, they technically are not. They are not. let's see, Biden is so stupid he won't see that this protects him from all of the wrongs he done. Not necessarily. So, reminder, in all acts. So when it comes down to the border, he could be held accountable for that and different things that come across there. There are things that Joe Biden has done that may skirt this decision because of lack of his involvement. But let's be honest, he's brain dead. He's actually
Big
brain
facts.
dead.
Big facts. Brain dead. Sorry it took so long. My bad, bro. Had to get the baby out to the car, you know, the handoff. You know how it goes. Well, you don't know how it goes. You don't got baby mamas.
Nope. Not nearly the amount you do.
Don't do it, dog. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I was asking them, everybody watching, what they expected out of this. What do you think Joe Biden's going to be doing?
He's gonna be. We're not gonna let him get away with this. Everything is fine. We will not let him subvert our democracy. We all know what he did. Everybody's seen it. You know what he's gonna do. No, exactly what he's gonna do. He's gonna come home, try to say he might even bash the Supreme Court. But he's gonna be telling people that there's nothing to worry about, that they're still gonna get him at the end of the day.
Okay. I can see that. One of the things that I see with this that I mentioned is I think they're gonna, of course, come out and say it's a threat to our democracy. That's always just a tagline for any politician. But when it comes down to it, I think he's going to be calling on Congress to stack the Supreme Court.
Could be, but I think that this is just panic mode, because I don't know if you've seen, but Joe Biden's polls today that just came out by the most accurate pollsters in the game got him down 15 fucking points, bro. 15 points behind Trump.
Why am I not surprised?
It just hit my phone literally like 15 minutes ago. I was reading an article. I said, damn, 15 points and you are the president? And you're the dude that you're running against? Oh my God, this is looking bad. And check this out. This is the best part about it. They got him down in every category. When you divide it up, blacks, Hispanics, women, men, gay, everything. He's getting beat in every category, bro.
Yeah, we already knew that. Oh, he's coming up. Let's
do it.
Oh, I closed it out.
Oh
no, we can't miss our fucking commander in chief speaking.
We won't. The most powerful office in the world. An office that not only tests your judgment, perhaps even more importantly, it's an office that can test your character. Because you not only face moments when you need the courage to exercise the full power of the presidency, you also face moments where you need the wisdom to respect the limits of the power of the office of the presidency.
There we go.
This nation was founded on the principle that there are no kings in America. Each of us is equal before the law. No one is above the law. Not even the President of the United States.
Another staple for them to say no one is above the law.
Today's Supreme Court decision on presidential immunity, that fundamentally changed. For all practical purposes, today's decision almost certainly means that there are virtually no limits on what a president can do. This is a fundamentally new principle, and it's a dangerous precedent, because the power of the office will no longer be constrained by the law, even including the Supreme Court of the United States. The only limits will be self-imposed by the president alone. This decision today has continued the court's attack in recent years on a wide range of long-established legal principles in our nation, from gutting voting rights and civil rights, to taking away a woman's right to choose, to today's decision that undermines the rule of law of this nation. Nearly 4 years ago, my predecessor sent a violent mob to the U.S. Capitol to stop the peaceful transfer of power. We all saw it with our own eyes. We sat there and watched it happen that day. Attack on the police, the ransacking of the Capitol.
Cash.
A mob literally hunting down the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. Gallows erected to hang the Vice President, Mike Pence. I think it's fair to say it's one of the darkest days in the history of America. Now the man who sent that mob to the U.S. Capitol is facing potential criminal conviction for what happened that day. And the American people deserve to have an answer in the courts before the upcoming election. The public has a right to know the answer about what happened on January 6th before they are asked to vote again this year. Now, because of today's decision, that is highly, highly unlikely. It's a terrible disservice to the people of this nation. So now the American people have to do what the courts should have been willing to do, but will not. The American people have to render a judgment about Donald Trump's behavior. The American people must decide whether Donald Trump's assault on our democracy on January 6th makes him unfit for public office in the highest office in the land. The American people must decide if Trump's embrace of violence to preserve his power is acceptable. Perhaps most importantly, the American people must decide if they want to entrust the president once again, the presidency, to Donald Trump, now knowing he'll be even more emboldened to do whatever he pleases whenever he wants to do it. You know, at the outset of our nation, it was the character of George Washington, our first president, to define the presidency. He believed power was limited, not absolute. And that power always resides with the people, always. Now, over 200 years later, today's Supreme Court decision, once again, it will depend on the character of the men and women who hold that presidency that are going to define the limits of the power of the presidency, because the law will no longer do it. I know I will respect the limits of the presidential powers I have for 3.5 years, but any president, including Donald Trump, will now be free to ignore the law. I concur with Justice Sotomayor's dissent today. Here's what she said. She said, in every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. With fear for our democracy, I dissent. End of quote. So should the American people dissent. I dissent. May God bless you all, and may God help preserve our democracy. Thank you. May God protect our troops.
Oh, my meds are wearing off. I got to walk off. No questions. Why are we not surprised that is all it was?
I totally missed it. Totally missed it all. My internet went out.
Your internet went out?
Yeah.
I was wondering what happened. I was like, you just disappeared. And I was like,
my daughter, bro. My daughter always unplugs the damn internet at the just most. Oh my God, it drives me crazy.
Well, you didn't really miss much. There wasn't a whole lot with this. He said similar stuff. No one's above the law. All of these things, saying that we need to preserve our democracy, is what you heard at the very end. Practically just saying that they made the wrong decision, and that this is. He did not say anything actionable, though. That is what is interesting, is I was expecting him to call upon Congress to consider increasing or stacking the Supreme Court.
That might happen behind closed doors.
It might. But let's be honest, it's going to take a lot longer than a few months to be able to do that. And that's all he's got. And so I don't see him being able to do that. Everybody in the chat, what was your part that caught your eye with Joe Biden and his speech today to the nation? I don't think he really achieved anything. I think he was trying to pander, but he didn't really say a whole bunch of information that we all didn't know, other than they try to spin it in a negative view. That was it.
He sucks, bro. I mean, it's really simple. He sucks. And he came out and he gave a sucky speech because he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he just sucks. I don't know if you heard, but he sucks.
He does. Yeah, let's get into hashtag FJB in the chat. Let's do that. Yeah, I see that in here. Yeah, he could speak better, but he still sounded stupid. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, even at his rally the day after the debate, he was all hopped up on the good stuff, apparently, for that, because he could actually have a conversation and talk. He still looked like an idiot when Jill was talking, announcing him, I think is what she was doing. I can't remember. But when he was actually talking, he was much more coherent than he was during the debates. I think this was all just him trying to come down and tell everybody, this is not right, but really, what do you say? There's nothing he can do about it. And it's the Supreme Court ruling on it saying that it exists. He does have immunity.
How does he even know more about what the hell they supposed to? They know their job.
I don't know if the presidents really know these type of things until
That's
they
what I
ask
mean.
questions.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point. Like the Supreme Court justices have a career in interpreting law and shit. This is what they do.
Correct.
So how could you get mad about their decision and say that you think they made the wrong decision? I mean, isn't that kind of like the same thing when we talk about them not objecting to the election?
Yeah. Well, the bigger part that you're talking about is you're comparing an action by the citizens versus action just by the government. I would separate those two.
No, I'm talking about that. That's exactly what I'm talking about, is the government. That's what I mean. The president just came out and said that they made the wrong decision, as if he knows better than the damn people who made the decision that do this for a living.
I get what you're saying now. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yep.
It's like, this is ridiculous. I'm telling you.
Yeah. He only has immunity within parameters of how the Constitution says it. Yeah, he has, what is the technical terms? They said official acts. He has immunity from official acts from his position, speaking as president. Same with Joe Biden, but unofficial acts he does not have immunity from. So,
but that's where the interpretation, that's why they don't have a case anymore. Because how do you even interpret that? Do you interpret it as that rally was a part of his official capacity because he was speaking? Well, think about it. He was speaking about an election who he is the president, right? And you're saying that you have to uphold the Constitution that make sure that there's free and fair elections. So when you're making all these calls and telling these people, hey, listen, you need to look into this, isn't that him acting in his official capacity?
Yes. When I was saying no, it was like I was disagreeing with like the stance of what a lot of the left is saying. But it, in the sense of what he was talking about that day, and I have the whole clip, but he did not do anything to incite anything on January 6th. He also tweeted multiple things, some saying we are the law and order and we go home. Like, we do not need to be causing a problem. I think he said we back the blue at some point too in that process. But because of what Twitter did at the time, they pulled his account, they pulled the tweets. A lot of people didn't see that. A lot of people didn't see it. And so they don't believe that he did his part of saying go home, because he did a video, like a few minute video on Twitter at the time, and said, hey, it's time to go home. He did post that. So you can't say anything that from January 6th was influenced by him in the sense of going and causing any harm or damage to that building. It was not influenced by him. He also did say we're going to be marching down and making our voices heard.
Peacefully and patriotically marching down and making our voices heard.
And so none of that is inciting what they're trying to imply. But overall, this was just a Joe Biden coming out and just trying to rile his side up, but no one's on his side. No one. Yeah, and you even talked about it with the poll there.
New polls came out. Everybody, gays, straights, blacks, whites, Hispanics, tall, short, skinny, Democrat, Republican. Yeah, he is losing in every category.
Right.
They got Trump up 15 points, y'all. 15 points. 21% of the African American population is going with a conservative Republican candidate. This shit is unheard of since slavery ended.
Right. This is where I say it doesn't matter what is done. This election is done. It's all in Trump's court. It's for sure in his court to lose. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I bumped my the cord on my microphone. And sometimes that does the trick in turning it off. But I think with this whole thing, it was to come out and pander to try to get somebody on his side to get riled up, but it's not going to work anymore.
No.
You have Harry
definitely not.
Sisson is the only one out here defending it. You have some people claiming Jack Smith, for example. Jack Smith is out here trying to say, well, only in his official acts, and implying that he's still going to go after Trump for
Right.
unofficial acts, which Jack Smith, sit down.
Jack Smith is done. He's been washed.
He is.
They washed that man a minute ago, bro.
He
When
is.
it came out about him and his fucking up the documents. I mean, of the order in which they received them or how they looked at him. They might have planted some. It could be anything because he fucked up. So Jack Smith needs to just sit down and shut the hell up, man. That's it. Sit down and shut the fuck up.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. And I'm talking like this. I'm talking greasy like this because of what happened with the Chevron thing. You know what I'm saying? Now I can talk greasy because it just took the power from these 3-letter agencies. I don't know if you guys have been following that, but you need to look into it. You need to look into that. Matter of fact, I think I might cover it tonight. Yeah, I think I might.
Well, on that note, we don't have a whole lot more to talk about because we have officially quadrupled the amount of time of talking than what Joe Biden did.
Yes.
You didn't catch a lot of that, but you got any final words?
In the good, wise words of my friend Kaecey, don't trust these motherfuckers. That's not how he says it, but that's how I say it. Don't trust these motherfuckers. Shout out to the people. We getting the power back, y'all. The people are getting the power back. That's it.
Slowly and surely, like it's slowly happening. Like one of my friends that I talk with all the time, he's like, "It's done. America's done. There's no coming back from this." And I'm like, "You can't undo it overnight. We allowed all of this to happen for 100 plus years, and so we have to take a good chunk of that and take it in chunks. So it's going to take some time to undo this entire mess."
I want to make a point real quick. As a brother from the hood, you know, just in my observations about things, right? Trump was hated by everybody once he ran for president and then won. Everybody, right? That man helped bring down one of the largest pedo rings in existence that we've ever known about modern day, which was Epstein, right? And then turns around and creates the best America that we've seen in our lifetime, while still simultaneously having everybody against him hate him. And now we see all of this. They trying to lock the dude up. They hitting him with every kind of case possible, right? Anything that they could do, they trying to get him. Democrats, if you're listening, that shit should stand out to y'all, man. It should stand out. These people are freaking out because of what he started. And now it's just been continuing. It's just been continuing. The man, his administration went after these dudes that was harming these kids, bro. Him and his wife went after these people that was harming these kids. That's one of the main things we had a safe border, which was a big part of what was happening with these kids and the trafficking and all of that. All right. Look at this. The economy was doing way better. Brothers had jobs. You can't say that you didn't have a job if you wanted to work underneath Trump's administration. Ain't no way you could say it. Okay.
Right.
Look at all of these things and why now, after they did what they did with the 2020 election, I'm not going to say it was stole. I'm not going to say that. It was heavily, heavily rigged. I'm going to say that. It was heavily rigged and not in his favor. And they created all types of bullshit around all of the big old scam. The stage has been set. These people are actors. They are actors. And it's all they're here to do is to entertain you while taking your money and bringing you underneath their control. And this man has been trying to lift the thumb. And you can see it through his policies and the way that he talks and all the shit that he does. Democrats, I think you need to start paying a little more attention to this shit, man. Stop playing the race game. Don't listen to these motherfuckers that tell you that he is the Antichrist and he don't like blacks and he don't like Mexicans. Just look at the way the economy was and the policies that went through underneath his administration that affected people like us. Right. Do that. And then look at Joe Biden's presidency and then look at his history. Look at his history. You ain't gonna find one instance of Trump ever saying nothing racist. You could go back and watch Joe Biden say all type. The man worked with a whole bunch of segregationists throughout his political career. The man eulogized the damn Klan member. And y'all are sitting here wondering, talking about you won't support Trump because he's a racist. Y'all are over here backing Biden, knowing the shit that he has said and done. Come on. Get with this shit, y'all. This shit is not hard. It's not hard. I love y'all. That's why I'm making this appeal to you right now. Open up your fucking eyes. I don't care about politicians at all, right? To me, Trump's not a politician. This dude is literally trying to break us the fuck up out these people's, about they goddamn stronghold that they got on us, man. On all of America. That's the whole thing. And then he had even the world in check. Russia didn't want to do shit. China wasn't fucking with us. Iran definitely would shut the fuck up. They were broke. They couldn't do shit. All of our enemies would shut the fuck up underneath his administration. We had peace. This shit is not hard anymore. You got to wake up. Wake up. That's it.
Facts. And on that note, we're going to call it here. Everybody have a good night, and we will talk with you guys later.